What's going on, everybody? It is Joe. Welcome to the channel today. I am excited to bring you guys today's latest news in regard to XRP. It seemed like it was going to be a bit of a slower day in regard to XRP and other cryptocurrencies, but later this afternoon we did get some positive news that I am very encouraged about, so we're going to talk about that today. Then we're also going to talk about why it seems like we're in the bearish of all bear bull markets, why I think that's happening, when I think we can possibly see that change and us actually entering a bull market, whether that bull market is done or not. But we're going to touch on all of that today, and I'm excited to go over that with you guys. So stay tuned for a little bit, have a couple posts to go over, have a video to go over, and I'm excited to talk with you guys about why I am still encouraged about XRP, despite us being down 25% in the last week. So let's dive, before we dive in, please comment below. I'm interacting with comments. Please like the video and please subscribe. That means the world to me, and your support is amazing and really helps keep me going as I'm just starting this journey off. So if you could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be amazing. Other than that, let's dive right into this. So looking at the markets first, we have, as you can see, Bitcoin's down 7% in the last week. Ethereum 16. After that, we got 25, 20, 25, 26, 24, 28, 26, 23. Like everything is just taking a beating this week. For the most part today, things are hovering around the same, as you can see, pretty much all around in the last hour. Even today, in the last 24 hours, everything's within 3%, it seems like. So everything's taking a beating. This is the bearish of bear bull markets. Everyone was expecting us to just go straight up once Trump got into office, but that simply has not been the case. And why I think that is, I know I've touched on this a couple of times, but I feel like in the crypto market, especially around bull market season, you're going to see lots of up and downs. Like that's typical. But what we're waiting to see, and what everyone's just kind of waiting on now, there's been so much speculation about the ETFs, about the strategic reserves, about what's going to get implemented by institutions, by the government, by companies. And I just feel like everyone is just waiting patiently to see which currency is going to get announced for what before we enter into that bull market that really, really takes off. And I feel like once a couple of them take off, you'll start to see money funnel into some others. But I really just feel like everyone's just getting antsy. They're waiting. That bull market, like everyone's buying, it seems like, except for retail. Retail's getting nervous. Retail's holding on. So while retail and the average buyer is holding or selling, everyone else is buying and stacking and seeing these good news. But the price isn't reflecting that yet because retail is waiting to come in once they hear those ETF announcements, once they hear those strategic reserve announcements, once they hear how the utility might be used by the government. So I think we're just we definitely are waiting for that to happen before we see the price really reflect it and get back to those highs that we experienced a month ago. And I just really think that time could come at any point, but we just really don't know when that's going to be. Until then, I'm expecting swings both directions. I think we could see some like fake surges where we go up 10% and people think something's coming or they're getting ready for that bull market, but then we might go back down 10%, 20%. And I think we're really just going to see some of those swings both directions up until we get some of that huge news that retail is waiting for and to see how it's going to be implemented. But going off of that, I do want to start off the next part of the video by giving a happy birthday shout out to Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, the best man in the crypto world who has fought tirelessly for years to save this space, XRP. So happy birthday, Brad. We all appreciate you. Everyone in the XRP Army loves you, and we love everything that you're doing. So happy birthday, Brad. Now getting into the news today. Wisdom Tree, Bitwise, and 21 shares XRP ETFs filed with SIBO. That is big news. 3 more XRP ETFs filed today, all within an hour with SIBO. Going off of that, another post about it. The SIBO has just filed the 19.4 BS on behalf of Bitwise Invest and Canary Funds for their XRP ETFs. The 19 or B4 forms are the next step in the ETF approval process after issuers file their S1s. The 19.4 or 19B4S basically asks the SEC government to allow them to list and trade the prospective ETFs. Once the SEC acknowledges receipt of the filing, a 240-day window opens for it to either approve or deny the products. This is very encouraging. This is the next step in the ETF process. The SEC is acknowledging the ETFs, and this is a huge step forward for XRP. I'm very excited about this. This doesn't guarantee anything's going to happen. They could deny it still, but it is a step in the right direction that I am, as it says here, the filing does not guarantee acknowledgement or approval by the SEC, but the agency has recently acknowledged the filings from Canary Funds, Grayscale for Litecoin. So it doesn't guarantee it, but it is a step in the right direction. It does mean we are making progress in the right direction. And here's an article about that. Just to give you guys a little more information, the commission acknowledged several applications for crypto exchanges for exchange-traded funds on Thursday, a move that ties the regulator to a strict timeline for approval or denial. So like the other one said, 240 days to either approve or deny. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission took the first step forward, allowing new crypto ETFs tracking the price of assets like Litecoin and Solana, as well as new ways of redeeming funds from existing crypto ETFs on Thursday, while companies took another step forward, launching XRP ETFs in a further sign of the new crypto-friendly administration at the agency. So XRP is making some noise, which is, as you can see here, given it's the first time an ETF filing for a cryptocurrency that was previously deemed a security has been acknowledged by the SEC. So for them to acknowledge XRP in this manner is a big step forward, and I am bullish about this news. The market's still not reflecting it. The market's waiting for things to actually happen. Everyone is seeing all this like news, but like no actions yet. Like everyone's hearing the rumors, everyone's hearing the steps that might take place, but everyone wants to know like, okay, that's great and all, but is it actually happening? So I believe we're just waiting for that. And so while this is still very bullish, while this is a step in the right direction, it doesn't guarantee anything. So that's why I believe like the days of the cryptocurrency movements from 4 years ago where any news like this would shoot it up 30-40%, like that's just not the case anymore. We're past that point. We're waiting for the big stuff. We're waiting for actual news and stuff to get implemented. So super encouraging still. I'm very bullish, and I can't wait to see what happens with that. Now we have a strict timeline for these ETFs, and then next, Brad Garlinghouse chimed in on that too with the clock emoji. SIBO BZX exchange files 19.4B to list trade spot. So we got Brad chiming in on his birthday with the ticking time clock. He knows something's coming. He is very well in the know, obviously. So I feel like he just is waiting for this to happen. He knows it's going to happen, and he is just very optimistic as well. So seeing this was very encouraging to see him interact with the post as well. And then finally, some more XRP news. We got Mike Novogratz, who is a former multi-billion-dollar hedge fund manager. He's known for being a big voice in crypto. He's the founder and CEO of Galaxy Digital, which is a financial services firm focused on digital assets and blockchain technology. So he's a well-known guy in the crypto space, and he's been a prominent advocate for Bitcoin in the past. But as you will see here, he is starting to change his tune and open up to other cryptocurrencies. So this also got me excited hearing him talk about XRP. So take a listen.
The narrative at one point has to be met with some utility. Otherwise, we just have a casino and things go up and down. And because it's so easy to issue tokens now, you have almost an infinite supply response. And so while you're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP even, the other than Solana, the top 5 tokens were issued way back because they had time to build their communities. And those communities are really, really vibrant. The biggest surprise that I've seen in this market was how resilient communities of what I thought were tokens, were. I would have never thought XRP would have been the best performing token after the inauguration, but it was. The XRP Army is vibrant and strong. And I was even talking to Brad Garlinghouse. He said, I'm not even sure where it comes from. Where this passion, but it's passionate. And if you think about what I'm getting to the point, I promise. What we learned in crypto, and the older you are, Dan and I I'm 60, he's probably close, the more difficult this is to understand, is that community became a part of the investment, algorithm. And we didn't really pay attention enough of that early on. And I used to joke about the tattoos, the Bitcoin tattoos. Very few people have Microsoft tattoos, but thousands and thousands, tens of thousands have Bitcoin tattoos, right? There's something more than the association with the stock. Well, that same idea in Bitcoin exists in XRP, it exists in Celestia for the smaller way. And so this idea of community as an investing input, we're now seeing, you could say Tesla has always had this crazy valuation because of this idea of the Tesla community. And the jury is out. Is that a permanent function of how we value things around the world, right? Certainly the younger generation is driven towards memes. It's driven towards this idea of memic investing. It feels like it is. Then you have a day like Monday where things fall 30% and you're like, oh, what was I thinking? And I think that psychology up and down is going to still be part of our dynamic until we get the utility. And so that's kind of how.
That's kind of going off of what I was just saying earlier. We're going to see that up and down in the market, in crypto, until we see that utility. So funny he just brought that up, because that's how I see it too.
See in the world.
But I was wrong. I was wrong in that I thought lots of these ecosystems would go away. And they didn't. And I have a very different view on this now. It's the libertarian view. If people want to be part of the XRP army, let them. That's their decision. And XRP has a narrative, and they like it. It's, in some ways, all of these ecosystems have a little bit of store of value in them. People are storing their value there.
I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them, now 55 or 50% of them. And I was like, that just doesn't seem a proposition that's going to work. And I've been dead wrong. Hats off to Brad Garlinghouse and his team. Ripple is now, a institution. The XRP army is real. They care about their ecosystem and their coin.
So there you have it. He's changing his tune on XRP, and he gives a big shout out to the XRP Army. That gets me super excited to hear him talk about the XRP Army, how strong and resilient they are, how they've just stuck with it this whole time. And so if you are a part of the XRP Army, if you are excited about the news today, if you are still bullish despite us being down 25% in the last week, please comment below, please subscribe, please like the video. Your support means the world, and I will continue to bring you the latest XRP news. So again, thank you for listening, and I am looking forward to the next time.